Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a video here about Warren Buffett, what he's buying and selling. So, as I've told you on a couple other videos, I'm here in Omaha, Nebraska, along with Warren Buffett. So, always nice to have a major investor in your hometown. So, and he's probably the most popular one in the world. So, but this is Warren Buffett's portfolio, and here are the stocks Berkshire Hathaway is buying or selling, and this was just out on Monday. I had this set aside and didn't get it done on Monday, so better late than never, but Warren Buffett is arguably the world's most famous investor, and his investment moves are closely followed. Each quarter, the company he runs, Berkshire Hathaway, discloses its current holdings and shareholders. And here are some of the changes Buffett and his two investment officers, Todd Combs and Ted Welchler, made during the fourth quarter, according to the latest 13F regulatory filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. So where Buffett and company are buying and adding, so NU Holdings, a new $1 billion position was established in NU Holdings during the fourth quarter. NU Holdings is a digital financial services platform that offers credit card, debit card, savings solution, and other personal finance services. Primarily operates in Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia. Activision Blizzard, ATVI. Berkshire also established a new position in the video game maker Activision Blizzard. It's likely Berkshire has already made a nice profit on the $970 million stake after Activision agreed to be acquired by Microsoft in a $75 billion deal. Always perfect timing, so I'm kind of surprised they even had ATVI, to tell you the truth. It's like the total opposite of Coke or any other holdings that he has. The stock ended 2021 at 66 per share and recently traded for $81.50, so almost a $20 profit there per share, so not too bad. So Liberty, SiriusXM, LSXMA, and Liberty Media Formula One, FWONK, FWONK. Berkshire also boosted its stake in Liberty SiriusXM series by about 36%, just over $1 billion, and established a new position with about $134 million. Both are tracking stocks tied to John Malone's Liberty Media empire. Interests include stakes in Sirius XM, Live Nation Entertainment, and Formula One. Next on the list is Chevron. I think I might have talked about them once here on the channel. I actually own some shares of Chevron. Berkshire increased its position in oil company Chevron by about 1/3 during the fourth quarter. The stake, which was first purchased in the third quarter of 2020 and halved during the first quarter of 2021, was worth about $4.5 billion at the end of the quarter. I've thought about doing a video on some oil stocks, since they say oil is going to run up to $100 a barrel, so that's, I would assume, going to increase the price of the stock as well, but maybe I'm wrong on that one. So I don't have a whole lot of oil stocks, just a handful. Some of them give dividends, but I think in midsummer, June, July, I might part ways with them because I just haven't got the return that I want back from those. So Berkshire Hathaway portfolio holdings, where Buffett and company are selling, and so there is a picture of Mr. Warren Buffett and Marsh and McLennan, ticker MMC. Berkshire cut its stake in the insurance broker Marsh and McLennan for the third consecutive quarter, reducing it by 85% during the most recent quarter. The position was first established in the third quarter of 2020, but Berkshire has also sold much of the position as the price of the shares increased. AbbVie, I've talked about them once or twice. They're a nice dividend-paying stock. Bristol Myers Squibb, BMY, I used to own some of that. Sold it. Teva, I'm still pissed off at Teva. I think my cost base is about 20. I think it's a $9 or $10 stock. That was back when I was really following Buffett, and it just hasn't done diddly for me. And Royal Pharma, RPRX, have not heard of that one. Also continued to reduce its stake in drug makers AbbVie, Bristol Myers, Squibb. Both positions were cut by more than 75% during the quarter. A more than $400 million position in Teva Pharmaceuticals was completely eliminated during the quarter. Also slashed its Royalty Pharma stake by more than 1/3 after establishing the position just 1 quarter earlier. So very interesting. Next is two of my favorite. These are growth stocks, Visa and MasterCard. Long-term holdings in Visa and MasterCard were also reduced during the fourth quarter, which really surprises me. Berkshire's Visa stake was reduced by a little over 13%, while its MasterCard holdings were reduced by about 7%. It was the second consecutive quarter of selling for the two payment giants, which have been Berkshire's portfolio since 2011. I've had them, and I don't ever plan on parting with them. I'm actually thinking about adding to those two positions, so I have holdings in Visa and MasterCard in a couple different accounts. So Berkshire still owns about $1.4 billion of MasterCard and $1.8 of Visa as of the year end. So still getting a small dividend on those, along with the nice appreciation. Charter CHTR, a stake in the broadband and cable company Charter, was reduced by 9% during the fourth quarter. Is still worth $2.5 billion at quarter and end, and performed well for the Berkshire since the position was first bought during the second quarter of 2014. Stock traded for about $140 per share in May of 2014 and traded for above, $800 during the third quarter of 2021. Currently trades for about $608 per share, so even from $140 to $608 is still a really nice profit. So next, top stock holdings in Buffett's portfolio. Berkshire takes a concentrated approach with his investments, typically holding the majority of its portfolio in just a few companies. Its top holdings didn't change during the fourth quarter, and just 4 companies accounted for more than 70% of the portfolio's value. Apple, I have a bunch of Apple. I think about 230 or 250% in the green on that one, so that's probably one of my best holdings. Bank of America has really went up. I own some shares of Bank of America. American Express has gone up a lot this year as well, along with Visa and MasterCard, but and so is Discover. I've owned Discover as well. It's about 125. I was buying some of Discover, I think last year, or right after the pandemic, I should say, for about $30-$40. Now it's $120, so very nice return on that one. And of course, famous Coca-Cola with Warren. And I own some Coke, but not that much. But majority in Apple. There's days I think about saying the beep with all the rest of the stocks and just put every dime I have into Apple, and because it's got such a great return. But I like to diversify, but it is a thought some days. Buffett spent more than $20 billion repurchasing Berkshire stock in the first 3 quarters of 2021, including a $7.6 billion during the third quarter. This is an indication that the company believes the shares are undervalued, and continuing shareholders will benefit from buybacks. Berkshire's fourth quarter results will be released on February 26, along with Buffett's widely read letter to shareholders. Here it kind of goes over the bottom line. They have an excellent track record in selecting investments, but be sure to research any investments thoroughly before investing yourself. And just as I say on every video, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. You have to do that all on your own, but it's always nice to see what everybody else is investing into, especially the investors like Warren, and who's made billions off of investing. So, But there you have it. That is the list, the buys and sells of what Warren is purchasing. If you have any of these, go ahead and list them in the comments along with your cost basis and whatever your favorite stock of his is that you currently hold. So, and if there's any other stocks out there you want me to take a look at and make a video, I'd be happy to do that as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.